HolleyGerth.com/anxiety. 1. God will meet you where you are today. Then the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He replied, "I heard you walking in the garden, so I hid. I was afraid because I was naked." Genesis chapter 3, verses 9 through 10. Imagine the most beautiful place you've ever visited. Maybe you watched the sunset at a beach and recall the sky aflame with orange and red, the rhythm of the waves, the smell of salt. Perhaps you stood at the edge of the Grand Canyon or on the peak of a mountain, the rugged landscape reminding you that God is big and you are small. Whatever comes to mind, it cannot even compare to Eden. There God gives Adam and Eve everything they need, all they want. But the serpent's question, did God really say? Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, introduces a seed of doubt. It grows until Eve takes a bite of the forbidden fruit and Adam, who is with her, follows suit. In an instant, everything changes. Innocence turns to shame, peace gives way to fear, joy is distorted into despair. For the first time, humanity feels anxious. Anxiety is defined as a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about an imminent event or something with an uncertain outcome. Here, the unknown event is what will happen next, what God will do. In His great tenderness, what God does is go looking for Adam and Eve. He asks a question, "Where are you?" Adam responds, "I heard you walking in the garden, so I hid. I was afraid because I was naked." Verses 9 and 10. We've been responding in similar ways ever since. Anxiety still tells us we have to hide. We may not do so physically, but we hide emotionally. We pretend we're okay. We're fine, just fine. We hold it together on the outside, while on the inside we are falling apart. Adam and Eve experienced anxiety because of a rebellious choice, but most of us don't choose to have anxiety. When, at age 8, I started having stomach aches and visiting the nurse's office almost every day at school, I didn't invite anxiety into my life. It simply showed up, an unwanted visitor who refused to leave. Maybe anxiety has been with you for years, like it has for me. The tendency to be anxious is wired into our human biology as surely as the color of our eyes. Maybe anxiety is new for you. You've recently been through a challenge or a trauma, or the news headlines have just become too much to handle. Whatever the source of our anxiety, if we've been told it's bad or wrong to be anxious, then it can lead to another uncomfortable feeling that makes us want to hide. Shame. Shame tells us that something must be wrong with us if we're struggling with anxiety, or that we're the only ones who do. But neither are true. We'll talk a lot more about this as we go forward. Author and researcher Brené Brown says, shame hates it when we reach out and tell our story. It hates having words wrapped around it. It can't survive being shared. Shame loves secrecy. The most dangerous thing to do after a shaming experience is hide or bury our story. God goes looking for us because He doesn't want us to stay in our shame. He wants to not only hear about our anxiety, but also be in it with us because He's relentlessly for us. In my life, God has used many forms of healing to help with my anxiety, including prayer, counseling, working with my doctor, changing habits in my daily life, talking to supportive people, and even understanding the brain science behind my anxiety. On our journey in this book, I'll share more about all those with you, but they all began when I found the courage to admit my struggle. God is asking you today, where are you? No matter the answer, He already knows. What He's really